All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shalonda, and I'm back. And again, I've been kind of like in the pits today, right? But like I woke up feeling really, really good, right? But like I want to say last night, well, yesterday, well, I don't know. We're having like this whole thing with these stink bugs showing up or whatever, right? So I just been listening, and I've been, we pulled that card yesterday, and so I was listening. I've been like the elephant, you know what I'm saying? That's in the room, but not. And so again, I felt like the stink bugs was a sign yesterday though, because there was one that almost touched my hand when I was putting a fan in the window. And I was like, okay, this got to be like spirit guides or whatever, like coming in, right? And so, I was here last night, and something told me to look up these bugs. And so I don't know if you guys have ever looked up the spiritual meaning. Oh, my ears are ringing. Okay. The spiritual meaning for things like this. But I thought it was pretty cool. Um, Yeah. And so, I woke up this morning and I'm like, okay, I was feeling some kind of way about a couple things. And but the most I don't know if I said this in the video. Oh, my ears. It's like that that like the sound when they put that thing on your stomach when with to hear the baby's heartbeat. And you know what I notice about that? It's only when you talk. Whenever I start talking again, that's when the noise comes back. It's almost like don't talk, right? I just don't know if it's negative energy or something else that doesn't want me to say anything. But I have to do this. I put this together and I have to do it. And so, yeah. So, but I was just like a little bit like in my feelings for a second because I was thinking about like how far I've come and like just not even telling myself really much lately. I noticed I hadn't been doing any affirmations or really, talking about how proud I am and how happy I am to be at a point where I've lost so much, right? Possibly externally or even with relationships that may be dead, you know what I'm saying? That may have been rich at one point and they've died. Like it's like that whole all my friends are dead energy. And I don't even know if that's exactly what that means, right? Because sometimes I look at people almost, you know what I'm saying? And like, especially in this situation, you'll have people point the finger as if you've changed, and they haven't. And then you're looking at them like, hey, I wouldn't be so quick to say that because you've changed as well. And so I don't know. It's just like, I guess it's good for the good or the better, I guess it depends, right? But, like I said, I was just like, and I'm just feeling like I could like almost like fly almost to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's just like a freeing kind of thing. But then again, like I was talking as if it is like, I've been going through a lot in the spiritual realm. And I feel like, what I'm saying, it's always been like all the other, what I'm saying, beings, right? Or all the other, and I don't even know, host, right? Or I don't even know what to call it because it's really not, because I don't sense that from like other people that are in my cast or class, mm, other readers and seers, excuse me, and oracles. I don't get that much from them. Sometimes I can sense someone that's just on something rather than being pure. And most times they're being sincere and pure. And I think it's usually like after a comment or something, or possibly something like this, right? Is when I can sense like a spike, right? Or if I can sense a connection between me and a feminine and a divine masculine, right? Then it's like, I don't know. If I see something, then I can see like their energy shift change. I don't know, y'all. It's just tripped out. So that's just it. So again, it reminded me of like us talking about the whole mini mansions thing, right? The mini doors or whatever, mini mansions, right? In the Father's house, right? And so I came here, right? And I had went down to the lake for a minute just to like ease my mind, and I didn't get out of the car this time either. But you know, I just went. I just needed to go, and so I get back here, and I'm like, something about this stuff that's going on about the Afghan issue. I mean, they keep calling it Afghan crisis. I'm saying issue. So the reason why I got this definition up here is because it's like, hold on, go back to that. Go back to it real quick, right? So then it says the name of the people of Afghanistan. Now, again, I told you guys, okay, they're giving us the perception of something overseas. I feel it has to do with something that's going on right here on the soil. I feel like it's a spiritual aspect to it, though. So it's going to be something that is moving slow. And my vision and my idea and how I see this and my theoretical view, right? I feel like the Afghan energy would represent the people that basically just wanted to, like, again, where I would have originated from when it comes to this so-called movement of this indigenous movement. The people knowing that we were here for prior to colonization, right? Okay. And for me, that includes, for my group, what is different between what I was doing for the past 10 years and other people are doing is other people I feel want, you know what I'm saying, some type of separation, right? And again, you know, if that's, and I have nothing to do with, nothing against that and nothing to do with that in general, right? And I think that's what separates me, okay? I think that's what separates me, why they want to try to push me more towards the native energy, but it doesn't matter because I know that my lineage, you know, goes way back further than that, okay? So it's just like, okay, so like I said, it just reminded me of that energy. So it reminded me of that whole China thing. And then like even when Trump was mentioning China, you know, and then the girl, like I said, the one that I remember seeing on the news, and this is nothing personal. Again, this is just what people say, just cause and this is not even to talk about anybody or anything. It's just, I pick up trigger words that anybody says. It could be something on a damn commercial or something. I pick these things up, and Source kind of holds them. It's like that elephant energy, okay, that listening energy. And it's not spying. It's just like randomly, I just retain information to a certain extent. And so they around that same time about the China thing, I remember those people making fun and talking about, oh yeah, you know, when we get this land back, China got to go. We're going to kick them off, and you know, all this other kind of stuff. So again, the whole thing that I'm looking at like this, right, is that's that whole energy that the what they would possibly, I don't know if this is what they could be calling ISIS or what they could be also calling is it Al-Qaeda? What are they calling them, y'all? It just slipped my mind. Whoever they're saying is taking over the land, okay, or going to. Is it is it Al-Qaeda? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Because it just really just slipped my mind. I thought it was a different word that we were using, okay? So, like I said, in my mind's eye, that's that energy there. Where me, I was mainly just speaking at our people are the people in the Bible, right? And especially in the Old Testament, Old World, and that prior to colonization, there were people here. Prior to anything, there was already so-called black people here. And prior to colonization, there were a mixture of people here. And again, at that point in time, from what I have obtained, that there was actually so-called what you would call Caucasian slaves and different lighter skinned slaves here at that point in time, right? Okay, so like when we see the New World, the Oglesby book or whatever. Okay, so like taking in that kind of information, that's like the breaking ground of the first people coming here and possibly being taken in, but they weren't taken in like as prisoner and treated badly, right? So again, we do know that like in antiquity, sometimes that was the case, right? It wasn't they were taken into servitude. So think about the pyramid that we looked at the other day when it comes to the pharaohs and their caste system. They were integrated into society and they were treated no differently than the people at the bottom of the society, right? But then again, like when it comes to the Hindi or the India energy, right? That's when you get the bottom that's cut off, and those people are basically dead or have been cut off from being a nation, right? And then, the block is built on top of it, okay? So again, I don't want to get off schedule, but I'm trying to pack a lot of information in here. Okay, so then, it made me think about, like I said, the Afghan issue, right? And then again, since I'm seeing these visions and I'm going through these things and I'm remembering and seeing these things, it brings me back to the whole story about Joseph, right? That we were just talking about. And so it's still these same names are coming up in my family tree. With all of these stories, they just happen to be those. And it's funny because the Joseph and stuff energy is on one side of my family, right? And then the other, I think we're going to talk about, we'll get there. Okay. Which is the other side, but they had intermingled to a certain extent too. Like they were close to each other. They lived close to each other and things. Okay. So yeah. All right. So then let's go ahead and look over this term real quick, because I wanted to point out the fact that the name of the people of Afghanistan, 1784, properly only the Durrani. Now this reminds me of Durham. I think that's what it's called, Carolina. Because again, I mean, this energy is just pulling this way. You're just gonna have to stick with me because we're dealing with parallel energy here, and we're dealing with again, things that are hidden, okay, or under a rug, right? So it says again, the Ute piece, and again, I told you, I remember that makes me think about the Ute Indians, because if you think about the chiseled features of what, okay, we just gonna keep going, y'all, okay, because I'll be going too far sometimes, but that's what that reminds me is the UT. But then the UT also would be also what I heard that my grandmother on my mother's side, that somewhere on my mother's side, that's what bloodline, that's what tribe, right? And then there's also Creole energy there, okay, as well. So all right. So again, this starts stitching something together, because now I'm seeing aspects, right? And so we're in the energy of Achilles and Troy and everything like this. And then on my mother's side, when it comes to Helena from Helena, right? Okay. In the South, right? And so again, all this with the Trojan horse, everything is just starting to weave itself together. So now we're weaving together this blanket with many colors. So it's even making me think about the 7 stars in the hand, because again, that would describe 7 nations, right? Even the names that we were reading in that last chapter of Timothy, I believe, that we were in today, if that's what it was. Right? It's so many things that are making is weaving together what I'm saying about the whole thing about the bloodlines, right? And then the 12 stars, right? When they talk of the 12 stars, that's also, like I said, reminding me of the tribes, because again, these are those wombs. This is where origin is coming from, I feel. Right? So again, it says Old Afghan Chronicles here. And I think that again, that has to do with the old world in a sense, right? And So again, son of Jeremiah, son of the Israelite King Saul. So again, when we're talking about Israelite, we broke that down as to Israel, in my eyes, is different than Israelite. It, it, Israel is the foundation or the solid energy of it. And then the light means, again, a diluted bloodline or a lighter version, or you see what I'm saying? So again, you could go back and watch that video if you want. But anyway, so King Saul, okay, from whom they claimed descent. Okay, so somebody is claiming descent. Okay. And again, that's all anybody really can do. I mean, really. I mean, unless God himself is walking on this plane right now and can sniff you out. You know what I'm saying? Or the gods. Okay. So again, tested from 1833 as a type of blanket or wrap, short for Afghan shawl. 1877 as a type of carpet. So again, this remind me of, Arabian Nights, you know what I'm saying, the magic carpet. Also, like I said, the whole wrap made me think about uh, the coverings. Again, we did something on Chief Joseph already. We did, I think it was called Joseph, biblical versus Chief Joseph or something like that. And so you could think about, like, even when it comes to Mexico or Mexico, Mexico. Okay. So again, if we talk about, and then Chicago, like we're talking about this in a sense, but we've already like broken this down in videos. Okay. So again, then it brings me to the Moshe people, right? And then some of the things that we seen on the video about the I'm just putting this together randomly. This is just really a freestyle, okay? Anyways, we can think about the different tribes that wear these particular types of coats, right? Or coverings, okay? That's just it. And then even in Mexico, okay? So we can see that energy there, okay? So again, now we're also talking about this whole thing about putting together the sheepskin, right? And then you just wonder, what is this? Because again, like I told you guys, there's this whole energy of a copycat energy. There's a whole energy of a stolen identity energy. And again, like I said, to me, it would be obvious, but again, maybe to other people it's not. And I'm not trying to be rude or mean or anything like that. I'm just telling my story. There's a reason why I've been given the eyes to see this way, and other people have been led with other information by law and by people that are backing them in a sense, right? Okay, so that they can do the work that they're doing, right? Because none of us just got to these places out of the blue and joined the community out of the blue, and you didn't have no assistance, or you didn't. I mean, that just don't make no sense to me. So I just have to use common sense, and then that's gonna make me ask questions, because it's not even just about me. It's nothing personal. It's about the people. It's about the people as well, because if it's been done to me, then it can be done to somebody else. Okay. So, all right. So anyways, a blanket knitted or crochet with stripes. Okay. So again, this whole thing made me think about that whole thing as if somebody has been following me along to patch up whatever, to actually just take my identity, right? Give it to strip me of my identity, giving it to somebody else while I am doing my work in the word. And that's the whole thing. Now we can really honestly say, when it comes to that saying that people say, yeah, they gave us the Bible and then they walked off with all the land. So again, in that energy, like I look at, maybe even some of my family members would have been like, or my ancestors would have been like scribes or something possibly, or they would have been, and they were royal bloodlines, or they were, children of God. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's like knowing this. Out of all the sisters, okay, so like, okay, we'll just call it this, like. You know how on Lucifer they were like all angels or whatever, right? And remember, Amenadale for a second thought that angels' lives were more important than than humans, right? But then they kind of got humbled by being here for a while. Okay, so I'm just saying, what if some of us are considered to be those kind of beings, right? Or just divine beings in a sense, right? It's like all the other brothers, you could feel like, even like that whole energy of all the other brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, might get together and help each other and do these things or whatever. But the whole time you annoy them. Like, and I would look at me as like the storyteller, the dreamer, or whatever. People would possibly look at me with that energy, right? Um, you know, soft, or, not really you know what I'm saying? Like, just different things, like different. Okay, just set apart different. And so and they be looking like, why you still got that stupid smile on your face? You know what I'm saying? After all the stuff we be doing to you, like, you know what I'm saying? And all the stuff you've been through, why you got that smile on your face still, right? So again, I don't know. It's just crazy to me, like, to be living in times like this and be able to see. I mean, it's just like a beautiful. It's just a gift I just would never have thought. Like, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so um, hold on one second. Extension. Let there be change. Millie also addressing. Okay, because I wanted to keep this up because I'm kind of forgetting where I was at. Okay, I hope y'all like the storytelling aspect of this. Okay, so all right, because this clip is about the top U.S. generals' answer on chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Okay, so now y'all see kind of like where I'm going with this, right? Hopefully. So again, that's what I'm saying about this whole sheepskin or whatever. And ooh, okay. So yeah. So then again, okay. So of course it made me think about the coat. So according to the King James Version, Genesis 37:3 reads, "Now Israel loved." Now this is, I guess, after um maybe, I don't know. Is this after wrestling with the angel? Mm, but I'm just wondering too if wrestling with the angel could be equating to something that's going on with this whole Millie energy. Well, maybe, and see, this is maybe why we're here. I don't know. All right. Hmm. Wait a minute. Y'all know what I'm just was thinking about? Scandal. It's funny because they got Trump and Millie sitting here together. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I don't know. I was just thinking about Scandal for some reason. Because the old girl's name was Millie. But I'm trying to was there really like any kind of negative energy between Millie and uh Olivia? Oh, look at, I'm just okay. Okay, let's stop. Okay, hold on one second, one second. Okay, so again, now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. So again, this also makes me think about the energy too of when we're in the book and it was talking about Lois and Eloise, or y'all know what names it was, okay? And that somebody thought about that same gift or whatever, possibly like even that gift of the love of children, or the gift of some type of love, right? Yeah, this is taking me everywhere. And it's also making me think about the energy of, I be asking questions, right? Because I don't like the way things are going with, children and everything. And, I'm just, looking at some things because now I notice that people are putting those images back up of certain people with children. And so it's just like, hold on. Oh, shoot. Just shake it around on there. And take it back in there, please. Okay. All right. So let's keep moving. So again, the many colors and stuff like that is reminding me of, again, because of unity for some reason. Okay. That's just all I'm saying. Okay. That's just what I'm getting some type of united stand front. Okay. All right. So then it brings me back to the whole thing we were just talking about, Rachel and stuff like that. Again, this is my grandma. I mean, it's just too much here. Okay. The Bible story of Joseph coat, many colors. Joseph, the son of Jacob and Rachel. Okay. Resided in the realm of Canaan. Again, same thing. I mean, all this energy is vibrant right now. With his family of at least 12 siblings. Okay. He was Rachel's firstborn and Jacob's 11th son. And all his sons, of all his sons, Joseph was the favorite of his father, signified by the gift of a long coat of many colors. I mean, this just make me think about lineage. It really is. In addition to coat of many colors, Joseph had two dreams that caused his brothers to resent him something ruin. Okay, a plot his ruin. Okay, these dreams symbolize Joseph's apparent supremacy and provoked his brothers to betray him. So again, this is bringing me back to also some of the energy that was about Yashel. We're gonna have to go to the second stick. I think with of Ephraim and Joseph or something like this. Okay, and so. Right. So again, this making me think about, okay, being abandoned energy when it comes to, again, some energies around, right? Masculine energy or just feminines too, right? Like, and again, I'm going to have to be very minimum when I use divine from now on, because I'm starting to see that you have to decipher between that in negative and positive. We won't even say good and bad. Okay. And again, we're talking brothers, but some of these brothers can also be women this time now here, okay? And they can also be just women in masculine energy, okay? So yeah, that the whole thing about why it matters with the whole supremacy thing is, I feel like it has to do with something with order. It has to do with age. It has to do with, again, lineage and heraldry, okay? And right, so I noticed that, like I said, that energy has been around, but I noticed that it seems like, there's some people that are keeping at bay, and then again there's, I don't know, you took it. Oh, right here. At bay, but I did feel a strange energy. Like I'm telling y'all, it's been strange. Okay. The stink bugs last night, and then today I was going in and closing up a window in my sunroom. And I promise you, don't do that. A green finch came and ran, huh? Yes, ran into my window and just broke his little neck and died right on my porch. And it just made me so sad because I had to watch it, and it horrified me because I just love my birds. My birds are everything. And
you don't like my butchie.
Yeah. And I just didn't even know how to feel about it. I mean, and I was going to talk about it on a video earlier, but I was like, I don't even know what to say. I mean, because I was looked into it and I found both negative and positive things, right? But I like to take it both because I want to know, right? And it's just so funny because right that earlier today when I went to go get my coffee, which is pumpkin swirl from Dunkin' Donuts, I was driving, and I promise you, on everything I love, there was a Black Hawk that flew. It was like he was waiting on the far right side of the road. And as I went, I'm like, and I was like, oh, he's so beautiful. And so when he went over my car, it's like once I got close, then he just went over my car. And I promise you, I don't even know what the wingspan could have been. It was huge. huge, and he was low to the ground. And I don't know, it was just the most beautiful thing. So it just added on to some beautiful things. Like just today, I just was just really taking in a lot of things. I really was, right? But I felt like also those kind of spirit animals there, because again, I have to learn to separate energy because I think that again, stop. When it comes to some of the energy around me, when it comes from the spiritual world and things, is getting kind of, I don't know, for some reason kind of iffy. And it was just the weirdest shift today, just very iffy. But also like energy of rushing in energies. Not even as observant, but just rushing in almost like a last stand kind of thing, right? But I just didn't know how to take it. So I really couldn't like connect to it too much because I really didn't know how to take it. Okay, to be honest with you, right? And then even tonight, it still was that same energy, but I did not know how to take it. I just didn't know how to take it. And so I'm just trying to feel like, because I already felt like the betrayal of Joseph energy was already around when we did that video last week, I think. So I'm thinking, what are we talking about again today then? Right? So let's keep moving. I'm going to bring all this stuff up and we're going to see how it correlates with what's going on here. Okay, so the Joseph coat of many colors. Joseph was the son of Jacob. Okay, resided in, okay, where he did this part. Okay, to betray him. And according to Genesis, brothers then contrived against him and would have killed him if his eldest brother Reuben had not injected. Okay, so again, Reuben, again, these are family names actually, really close in time and age and things like this, that are, I mean, really close in time, in the time of, on the timeline of the family tree. Okay, which is very interesting. Okay, all right. Okay, so all right. Okay, all right. So I'm seeing all kind of, okay. All right. Okay, now I'm seeing it. Okay. Oh, the pastoral. Look, y'all, stop. Oh my goodness. Is this really how deep this is? Is this really this serious, y'all? You can't. Is this why again? I feel like also I can feel like, and it don't matter to me. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing the way I'm doing it, right? But I can feel the energy. I can feel the squeeze being put on the platform. But again, I'm never gonna go too far. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about it. But I ain't, you know what I'm saying? What I'm seeing in my head, I can't, I'm not allowed to, it's not right. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? I could just tell you the parts that will make a difference to you. Some of the stuff is way too personal. You know what I'm saying? I can't, right? I can't go there. All right. So, um, he convinced them to throw, yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so again, to throw Joseph in the pit. Okay, so again, this is funny. Okay, we're talking even Joseph Pitts, right? We're talking one of these feminines in this community that just had the nerve to use that name, Pittman or Pitt. Again, and I don't know if they were watching my video. I don't know if they're trying to be funny. I don't know if they were throwing shade. I don't know what they was doing. But again, I noticed they're riding up on me and my energy and whatever my stories is so that they can kind of reverse the narrative. I noticed that I feel like people are also sending me energy of different things because they are actually getting a head start or whatever on certain energy. I just feel this is just what I sense. And I'm not saying that particular individual is doing all of that, but I'm just saying that's what it is. Maybe they work for whoever is doing all of that. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. So again, so this ain't got nothing even to do with any kind of energy about any beef between no divine masculine, feminine, whatever like that. Like this, my damn life. You know what I'm saying? This is my livelihood. This is my heraldry. This is my story. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this matters to me. I've spent 10 or more years doing this. Some people just got here 2-3 years ago. So again, you see what I'm saying? I can't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay. All right. So like I said, although I have put a lot of energy in and I have a strong feelings and I have, you know, for, again, some of the relationships that I've built in that realm. But that's what I'm saying. Somebody can maybe have that thing, but again, when it comes to my crown, I'm not putting it back down. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm not going to just hand over my crown to nobody and my identity. No, my legacy or whatever. No. Mm-mm. Especially, could you imagine that, putting all that work in, and then you see somebody building somebody to be, that just don't even look right to me. Okay. So again, we going to do this. Right. And I don't like the other people acting like they don't know. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they not don't got some of the same connections, right? They want to just act. They want to talk about it like that, like they. You see what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense to me. Okay. All right. So again, while Reuben was away, the others decided to sell him to a group of Ishmaelite traders. When their traveling Ishmaelite traders appeared, the brothers pulled Joseph up and sold him to the merchants for 20 pieces of silver. Okay. And the brothers then soaked Joseph's coat in uh, goat blood, right? Look at this. That's almost, you see what I'm saying? In goat blood. This almost like, integrating or grafting in a blow. This is, it's kind of like a ritualistic thing as well. Wow. And presented it to their father, declaring that he had been killed by a wild beast. So again, even to say to put him in a pit, right? Okay. Where there wasn't any water. So again, this made me think about also them taking someone, like even a divine masculine. I mean, because this energy, could be matching with the divine masculine as well, right? So that made me think of putting someone in a place where, what this made me think? And I'm going to just have to say it how I see it. Putting putting him in a place where, say he was someone that was a Christian, putting him in a place where there's mainly Muslims, right? Let's think back in, Saracens and all, pagan and all this kind of energy like this, right? Okay. Right. This is taking something like one of these things just don't belong here. Now it's time to play our game. Y'all remember that from Sesame Street? Okay, this is what I'm talking about, right? All right. So even just taking somebody and placing them in a situation or a place where they know they don't belong. Even a gang member, right? Taking somebody that would be repping the red and placing them where they wear the blue. Same thing. Taking somebody and putting them in a time of hostility and so-called racial issues, taking someone that's so-called light-skinned or white and putting them in a neighborhood where there's a whole bunch of brown people. It just is. I'm just trying to give us this kind of thing, what I'm saying. This is what I feel like this has to do with, right? All right. And then the whole thing soaking the coat with blood. And even the coat, is reminding me of a covering to a certain extent, even. Like, because I think it was saying something about them comparing their sheaths, right? And that Joseph, was it that Joseph that said that, hopefully maybe we'll get to it, that his sheath was going to be the one that was going to be the sheath that was going to do something. Hopefully we'll get to it in a second, right? And it also reminds me of Aaron and Moses in the staff and throwing the staff down, and the serpent comes, and then his serpent is going to eat up all the rest of them, right? Okay. So that means that, and again, we could be talking their energy of their handmaids, their wives, their consorts, their whatever, right? because there's one that, yes, they're all like this, but one is going to eat them all up, right? And again, like I said, with the energy that's so annoying around me is that, again, I feel like there's a calling or there's something for me. I don't never feel like I'm better than nobody or nothing, but I see that there's this calling. But I also see that there is also someone that is a succubus energy, a copycat energy that's always right on top of me. I mean, it's just like they live with me. It's like the damn person is like in me. You know what I'm saying? So they have a head start on even getting my information right and then taking it to their platforms and using it there because they have larger platforms. They have more people, you know what I'm saying, that may be able to promote for them or do whatever. And I don't do none of that. I just do me like I just always been doing the whole time, right? These people may have people that may assist them in how to operate or whatever. And again, I have to just basically do everything my damn self. Okay? Because again, this is a competition for them. For me, I'm just doing what I was called to do. You see what I'm saying? And so this is not even anything personal. Again, I'm going to have to keep on saying that because it's really not. I'm so happy with the amount of growth that I have, you know what I'm saying, made, even appreciative of all the stuff, the bogus things that people have done in order to, you know, steer me into this direction, because it must have all happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just going to be what it is. It's good for me to go to sleep at night knowing that I'm decent on the outside, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel more beautiful on the inside because, you know, I used to be, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I want to treat people like, man, I'm telling you, when it come to my grandma, and we all got them grandmas, but this grandma, I'm just saying, both of them, shit. I don't know. I didn't know at this early age that I would be striving for that type of like peace, that kind of something that's something that she had. That's something that she had. Like I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like I look around and be like, dang, man, when I think about conversation about like gossip and stuff like that. And now I just don't even want to, you see what I'm saying? If I even feel bad when I have to be explaining these stories because I feel like people are going to take it as though this is just me and I just sit here and do this. But no, I'm just this is a difference between what I do and who I am. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But anyways, okay, y'all. All right. So again, my whole thing, to wrap this up really quick, and then I'm going to come back with a part 2 and go possibly into more detail. My whole thing is, whatever, when we're talking about this whole Afghan issue, right? Now they're trying to say that maybe Trump and Biden know something about something, right? So my whole thing is, and I told you, let's go all the way back to, I told you, let's go all the way back. Ooh. Okay. I mean, we just gonna have to do it though. I said, let's go all the way back to the first Bush. Make me think about the burning bush. So let's go back to the first Bush even, right? Now, they're saying something about Trump and Biden and this whole Afghan thing. The 2018 would have been the 400 years over. We're talking about people of royal bloodlines here, right? Okay, we did the thing on Trump having, you know, some connections we seen with his coat of arms with the biblical text, right? So I'm wondering, okay, let me move this. Oh, hold on, let me get it. All right. So I'm wondering what was trying to be told here, okay? Because we got the Afghan issue. We see that Afghan could just mean old world people, possibly here. The whole, what is they calling it? Let's just forget it. Let me go to the video.
Reports that in the waning days of the Trump administration, he reached out to his Chinese counterpart to assure him the U.S. was not preparing to attack China.
I mean, and what did that just make me? That reminded me of also even in the biblical text where it says something like, um, that something's gonna go on, but basically your family doesn't have to worry, right? In the Bible, we were reading about this. We were reading about this, okay, somewhere that a family didn't. And this is what I was saying was already happening possibly in the South with some of these groups that I look at as the Taliban. That's what it is, okay? As the Taliban, right? I look at some of these groups as a Taliban. Should you be worried or not? I don't know. But again, if you're looking at if we're going to go with the perception of what they're giving, for me, it will be worrisome because these people already were threatening prior to this, right? I feel low key throwing shade and threatening, right? So again, like I was saying, with that energy of, or are some of these groups here and it's just like, okay, you guys are going to be straight, don't worry, it's going to have to be the rest of the people that's worried. I mean, it's going to be, you won't be affected by whatever we're going to do. And so people take deals and stuff, say, okay, as long as me and my family is good, as long as I'm able to build and I'm able to do this, well, I don't give a damn what you do to nobody else. Well, I'm not like that. So again, wouldn't no if when it comes to the North, if someone were to approach me in that sense, then I definitely would not take any bribes, any money, anything like this, because I'll care more about and I value lives, right? So again, why not go into Afghan? Let's say the energy, the North is representing a northern kingdom. Let's just go into the parallel universe here. Is representing peace and all this other stuff, and they can't be bought and everything like this, right? You got the Archer up there, okay? You got that Satis energy up there, right? But the South is already pliable. You're gonna build up the South, right? All right. You're gonna make it strong and everything. They could be possibly bought out. They could be all possibly linked to other things, right? So. And I'm not saying every tribe. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying you got to be able to discern who we talking about your own self. Okay, I know what I see, but you just have to be able to do what you need to do on your own. All right? I ain't never here to tell you what it is, what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looked like to me. All right? So what you need to do while you strengthen them and give them the tools and the funds and everything that they need, you know what I'm saying? Possibly funded by. Okay. And this is funny. This is real strange. Okay. All right. We won't go into too much detail. We're trying to be on the surface here. But the whole time you go to the Capitol, the dome of the Capitol, and you distracted. You send in distractions, you send in love bombing, you send in all this kind of energy to the North. Right? Distractions or whatever, all these, read the Bible, you know what I'm saying? To give people steps or whatever, you're leading in a sense, right? Okay. Invading, right? Alien invasion, right? To a certain extent. Okay. Please turn that down for a second. I'm almost done. And strengthen it. Okay. And then what you do is then you pull that out. And you leave it distraught as well, because again, you've already divided it. You've already divided the household. You've already divided everything, right? You've already brought in new interests, right? With the B. Graham Airport, right? We're just looking at this, right? All right. So you snatch it away, right? It's already like the energy of that kingdom, right? That empress will be already isolated. She'd be on an island almost, right? And then the only energy that she's connecting to is that which is around her and in her, right? Spiritually, in a sense, or telepathically. And then you strip that away. And then you say, oh my goodness, look at, right? And then what do? They said it took 11 days for them to be taken over because you promised you were going to be in Afghan, possibly even teaching the people what they need to do to be able to represent themselves, what they need to do to build, what they need to do to protect themselves, what they need to do with all this and what they need to do here. You were not doing that. You were just playing around and distracting them to keep them from being able to build. And then what do? You let the Taliban, then you say, oh, it's negligence. They don't know what they're doing there and this and that. But you already head start, gave the Taliban years to prepare so that they can come in just to make sure that they would be able to be on top. Because again, although people want to act as though Afghan and Taliban or ISIS-K and all that stuff is the same. No. You see what I'm saying? People don't realize that if we're talking Afghan energy and that represents the energy that I would be in here in the north, then again, that's not the same energy. These people have already disowned, you know what I'm saying, and already basically shown me that they don't want nothing to do with me, that I'm not welcome no more. It's almost like Joseph. They already sold me off into. So again, let's think if we are talking that energy in the north, okay, being that Afghan energy. So now you band together all at the south. They all take one, you know what I'm saying? They all on one accord and they go against what? The one that's supposed to come and rule the kingdom in the end. The one that's supposed to get the crown. They've been already hating already the whole time. They've already been assassinating the character. They thought Christ was going to die on the cross. I told y'all that it's optional for Christ to die on the cross. This time Christ ain't dying on the cross. I feel like I've come to a level of completion today. Even with the information that we shared in that book earlier. It's just like, nah. The only thing they can do is try to cut me off from society. You see, I feel like even today it's like a breaking through a glass ceiling or something, a damn dome or something. Like that's just what I feel like, that like in that level. And didn't even want to express it to nobody until this whole message just came together here and said, Sorcia, you got to share this. And it just made me think about maybe this is what this is talking about. I don't know. It's all this the whole me against the world energy. I promise you it is. Right? So again, I have to then be concerned, right? Because, you know, the energy or the perception that they want me to take in, again, obviously right now is that these people are pretty close. You see what I'm saying? These people are pretty close. Right? And so it's just strange. It's just strange. So we're going to go ahead and stop there. But that's my whole, I just put that together just now. And I'm just thinking like, that's exactly possibly what we even talking about. So my whole thing is, it's all this like talking to, but again, let's talk about your subconscious even. And again, let's talk about these goddesses and these empresses that have been blindfolded and bound. Right? Even kept in a mental prison. And again, even limited in the way that you can express yourself, because whenever you speak, you already have this gift, then you have to be worried about somebody talking about that you're a witch, because these people hide what they're doing behind closed doors. Those are the real people that's doing that kind of sorcery that they would not want exposed. I shared a little sweet nothings that I do is like with oracle cards or something like that with you guys, or possibly sage my house once in a while. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more really. And so again, it's just that. But they can also just say, hey, look at what this person does. She's saying that this is this, and then she's the one. You know what I'm saying? So it's really games. It's just own games. People is just own games. And I think that right now is the time when things are being celebrated. People are being put in certain places and stuff like that. And I think that right now, that's not for me. The victory may already be theirs with whoever they're going with and linking up with and whatever they think is better or whatever. But again, I feel like I'm going in a certain direction, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can take that away from me. It's something that's in me. You cannot rebuild that, and you cannot take it away. So that's just what I feel. That's exactly what I feel. And so that's what I think it is. So it's not all of that stuff what they're talking about in my eyes with my, theoretic approach. I think it was all done on purpose. and they just wanted to set that snare. It's a snare. This is what it's talking about, also a snare. And snare has been on my mind all day. Even different downloads coming in from different energies. Same thing, snare. Now, talking about this, is this the snare? Because I'm really wanting to be in a mode of solitude, but no. It's almost like, you see what I'm saying? That's the rock in the hard place. But if it's really legit and true and sincere what I'm saying, you see? So that's what I think. And I want to say that even if it was supposed to be some type of protection or nothing to worry about, nobody has never, even if they just, because people can say that they did something and they didn't or whatever, or they could deal with a certain part of your brain that might be blocked, right? In some of these instances. So for me, that's what I'm saying. Wherever it was that they dumped it in a place where I couldn't find the shit then. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because I feel like this is what it was supposed to be. And so they could just say, oh, look, incompetent. They don't do this. They didn't go to college. They don't have this person's been an at-home mom. She's a mammy. You know what I'm saying? We have somebody better over here. Maybe like someone that went like, you know what I'm saying? They have some type of different, aesthetic, right? So, yeah, because we don't want this person to be talking about education and religion this way and then prove us wrong. That it's something else that's woven into people that you don't necessarily get from those things to again show that intelligence doesn't come from you having to have some piece of paper or a plaque on your wall. You see what I'm saying? Just these kind of things is what I'm looking at. We can't let this person try to prove this too. No. We can't let God do his work. We can't let the Elohim, right, do their work. Nah. So this is what it sounds like to me. And I'm just going to stop there, and we could go ahead and keep on moving with this possibly if y'all want to hear more. But again, this is very telling to me. All right. So again, Joseph's appearance supremacy. Okay. So again, the whole thing about so-called white supremacy. And so again, that's symbolic with also people trying to say within the community that, some of us are like, bootlicks and stuff like this or whatever because of the way that I speak, you know what I'm saying? And that's just crazy. But then even me talking about white, not even being about so-called white people at some point in time, maybe white does kind of like mean supremacy, like a purity, right? Or something that is pure, even pure at heart, even when we're talking. You see what I'm saying? Because Joseph, like the on that side of the family, those were some people really tall, but you know what I'm saying, more darker skin on that side of the family, but really, really, really pure. Like Paul, my uncle Paul, and them, just very pure. I didn't know them when they were younger, but when at the ages when I knew them, I just looked at them as this, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to refer stuff to things. They reminded me of like that just really, you remember how, look at that. Okay, stop. Okay. We did that video on the Skeksis. Okay, so I can see why. Okay, I did that thing on the Skeksis well. So I can see kind of like where Pelosi them might be coming from and Schumer, because I kind of brought them up in that video. Hold on. Yeah, hold on one second. No, we ate already. Okay, hold on one second. And so, I can kind of see where that, people might have been took. But I was talking about the energy around the characters, okay? Because, and this is what I'm going to show you, right? Because I'm telling you that the mystics or whatever they were called, those, is that what they was called? The mystics and the Skeksis? Okay, so that's the just the really like, chill, like, energy that they had. Just really peaceful and stuff like that. That's the energy what? Okay, hold on. That's the energy that, they were just very shamanic to me. They really didn't have to say much. Okay, so that's the kind of energy that I feel like the people on that side of the family had, right? Right. Okay. So we ain't gonna say too much more because, I feel kind of bad about the video that I did about the other video, but I was not talking about them the way that they look. I was talking about the energy around them and others. I might even mention. See, okay, so y'all. Anyways, you could go back and watch the video if you want to. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I can't. Then I had to apologize. So, um, yeah. So let's just stop here.